Hold on, yo, he hit that. You make your neck a slave, nigga.
Hey, like whiplash.
Hell nah.
Whoa.
Okay. Put a crook in your neck.
Bro, I had one the other day. Oh, God.
Man, them shits be the worst. I can't hold you.
You got to
Like,
turn your whole body just to... You got to...
You really be moving like an old nigga. You be like... Nah, I'm fine, man. I'm
fast.
okay. I'm all right.
Not turn too fast.
Bro, I remember I woke up like last month. I don't know how I was sleeping. I woke up and bro, I literally could not move my neck. I thought somebody like
back here.
That's how I knew I was getting old because I literally woke up and the minute I turned, I was like, I was like, maybe it's just that side. I turned this side. I was like, I can't turn. I look up. I said, I literally could not move. It felt like I had a neck brace on, bro. I'm like, I'm getting too old, bro. Like
it's in your lower spine.
It was.
I was slept the wrong way.
I don't know what, bro. I don't know what was going on.
Your bed's not aligned right. You gotta get your bed realigned.
Okay, somebody must have been talking about me. That's what it was.
Somebody had that John Joseph voodoo doll.
Hey, on me.
Those are real, bro. Hey, those are real.
I know.
Yeah.
Some girl at my job said she used to play one as a kid. She used to have a voodoo doll as a toy. Yeah.
At your job?
Yeah. I told her we can't talk no more. We can't be friends. Yeah. Because if you make those people mad, bro, they go back home and they make little dolls of you.
You ever become friends with somebody just so you can stay on their good side?
Those people, they shoot schools up. I don't be friends with people like that.
No, like this is no BS. Like in high school, there was this kid. You know them kids that wear all black, long hair, got the chains on their jeans. You know what I'm saying? Like them kids.
Evan.
Them kids like Kevin, like one of them. Bro, I used to have this kid who come to school all the time who just looked like he was about to do something. You know what I mean?
Look like the Undertaker.
Yeah, bro. You couldn't even see the dude's eyes, pale. Yeah. Next thing you know, like he's sitting in front of me in class. He got his little Chromebook or whatever. He get up to pencil, right? Dude get up sharpen his pencil. I look at his Chromebook. I'm like, it's all red letters. So I look in a little bit. Dude got satanic symbols on his computer in the middle of class, bro.
Good choice.
In the middle of class. I'm just like, nigga, it's not even like, what you doing, bro? So I'm okay. So once I seen that, I was like, dude, on bad timing. So I'm just like, the discernment in me, thank God, the discernment in me. What I did was next day I brought him some chips. I said, hey, bro. Hey, don't just hit me up. I brought him. I'm not even lying. I put this on. I brought him some chips. I was like, here, bro, here's some chips. Like, I don't want these no more. Blah blah blah. He's just like, okay, bro. Next day I walk past his desk. He just. I'm like, what the hell is up with this little bro? Like he was just. Like just going crazy, bro. So I'm just like,
that's a demonic tongue.
Let me give him a compliment the next day. You know what I'm saying? Let me just. So I walk up. I'm like, hey, bro, I like your shoes. I didn't. But I said, hey, I like you.
Nigga had a Jesus walk with me.
Just lying.
I'm just lying. Hey, I didn't like your shoes. So long story short, I had braces at the time. It was like braces. And I had to go to the orthodontist appointment. Right? So I wasn't going to come to school. He had me on Facebook. I don't know how. Had me on Facebook. So he hit me up on Facebook. He said, hey, thanks for the chips. Don't come to school tomorrow. I said, I'm like, bro, I'm thinking
sorry,
like.
You said what?
Bro, I'm so oblivious at the time. I'm thinking like, oh, it's probably a pop quiz. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's probably a quiz or something. Like, you know what I mean? So he's like, hey, don't come to school tomorrow, Nick. Monday come, the next day. I'm at lunch. Everyone's like, bro, you ain't hear what happened? I'm like, what you talking about? They're like, you ain't hear what happened? There was cops coming up, everything. I'm like, on Friday? I was like, no, I had an orthodontist appointment. He was just like, bro, some kid came to school with a list, right? And just a list, and they found like, and some other shit in his locker. What this kid look like? This dude said he had long pants, chains. I'm like, Kevin? He like, yeah. Dude told me not to come to school.
I gave that nigga chips.
I gave that nigga chips. Bro, Dude said,
Oh my god.
"Don't come to school tomorrow," and I'm just like, and I'm the whole day I'm literally thinking, if I would have said something about this nigga's shoes, bro, I would have been on that list.
John, I want you to know this right now.
Been the first one.
We heard that nigga.
The first.
We heard him
Because in the back of my head,
you.
I was like, bro, I don't know what he was doing, but it sounded like he was summoning somebody. Like he was
talking in demonic tongues. He was
like
praying to
long
the
hair,
devil,
just
saying,
like I'm just like,
man.
Yeah. And I was confused. Cause I'm like, anybody else teaching, and he just
he's saying our names.
I don't know what was going on, bro. But said like,
I would have came to school with the cross, like, hey, bro, what's up, bro? I just want to say, hey.
I'd ask the teacher to move me, give me a new seat.
Man, more of the story is be nice to everybody and give people some chips. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the kind of chips really, John.
Hey, chips will change somebody's day, man. Chips will save your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, Frito-Lay need to make that a slogan. Chips will save your life, for real, because that's what happened to me.
Share a chip.
You gave me Fritos. You gave me Fritos. You gave me some Fritos.
I think it was classic Lay's.
You can't go wrong with the classic. You can't go wrong.
You can't go with hot sauce in that hole. Throw some hot sauce in that hole.
Hey,
not too much.
You put them joints on a sandwich.
Not too much.
You know what I'm saying? You put them.
Yeah.
For that crunch.
With the dill pickle.
Woo.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't like the pickles too thick though.
Yeah. No, you can't. You got to slice it.
Y'all from the trenches for real. Y'all really from the trenches for real. I can tell by y'all snacks.
Absolutely. You already know.
Put the honey bun in the microwave. Yeah. 15 seconds.
Oh yeah, you already know.
15. That's too much.
No, it's not.
That's too much.
8 seconds,
that's too much.
No. 8 seconds.
Anything over 10.
Microwave. No, my microwave had low voltage, so we had to. The longer the better. So we.
You got the microwaves that ain't in the wall.
Yeah,
you got the ones. Oh yeah, you got the ones that sitting on the counter. That's why. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Small ass little glass plate.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. That's what.
Microwave. You know
yeah.
The mini micro.
Put in the minutes.
Yeah. You got the easy bake oven. That's what you got.
Yo, I ain't seen one of those in years, nigga.
Easy bake oven.
You ever tried the snacks out of easy bake ovens?
You really ate those?
Yes, man. Me and my sister, man. Hey, them brownies.
Hey,
I never had those.
Right.
Yeah. The brownies hit.
That's probably why people in our generation got problems now.
Too much easy bake snacks.
Yep.
Nah,
they got to do a case study on those.
Yeah. Okay. Not eating Tide Pods and shit. That's not. Got nothing to do with easy bake ovens. It's the Tide Pods.
No, that's not our generation. That's the You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's that TikTok generation. Even though we be on it, but we didn't. You know what I'm saying? Like we knew of life before social media.
Technology.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where you couldn't be on the internet and be on the phone.
Like, literally.
You know what I mean?
Tell the truth.
Go outside. Yeah, go outside and play.
Your mama got that 12-foot long cable on that, you know what I'm saying, on the phone, and it go from the kitchen all the way to the living room, and she talking in the living room, and you got to do. Like,
no, that's called extensive minutes, John. We didn't have extensive minutes. We had the spiral cord. You sit at the table.
It's a long ass cord going from the kitchen to the living room. You just. My bad, mama.
Y'all niggas had anytime minutes. Y'all remember Singular Wireless with them anytime minutes?
But I ain't get
rollover minutes.
Well, you had to pay for a text message. You remember that?
Yeah, that's.
Man, I remember those. I do remember those.
But you had to, I remember like text, like just with one hand, and you had to hit one button, like
T9.
You talking about
T9?
T9? Yeah, the T9, yeah.
That QWERTY.
Yeah, that T9 keypad,
yeah.
You put in Grand Theft Auto codes to check somebody. You put in codes to text somebody, yeah.
Hell no, bro.
Yeah.
Facts, though. Accurate as hell.
Them cheat codes, man.
Okay, left down, right up, left down, right up.
You know you had to put them cheat codes in, or else you gonna have to redo them.
Yup. No cap.
Ain't no emojis.
Hell nah, bro.
Greater sign in 3.
Okay.
You put
making smiley faces with parentheses.
What is that? You hear me? What is that?
Parentheses and a
facts.
Okay.
Facts. That's how you smile and wink at somebody. Yeah.
Man, we came a long way. See, them kids. That's what I'm saying about that. I don't know about that.
Oh, they probably and they never will, bro. They never will.
Like going to school without a phone, where you had a Walkman or like a little MP3 device, like the Zooms. You know what I'm saying?
I remember those.
Yeah, well,
My
you
shit
couldn't
was this big.
Man,
you couldn't afford an iPod, but you could afford a Zoom.
You hear me?
that zone
At
was
the
like
computer all
fire.
night, downloading music.
Yep. Man, what?
Yeah, we used to.
What was y'all
pirate
listening
some
to on your way
fucking
to school?
Shit, some Justin Bieber.
A milli.
Oh,
Yeah, and some Big Sean.
You did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Running
at the
that
bu-
shit. That was like my motivational music. They had the
Hey.
backpack on all the way on my back, nigga. The backpack on your fucking shoulders. You
Bruh,
a milli.
I'm at the bus stop, middle school. I'm listening. I put on for my city, on for my
Oh,
city.
yeah, I remember that
I
song.
put
That's a good song.
on.
Bruh, I
Good song.
put Kanye's verse, bruh. Like
And who was that?
Kanye
Who was
really
that?
used to
Ti.
smoke
It was
shit,
Ti.
man.
on the
Kanye,
remix.
Who else? Who
No, it
was
was just
T.I., Kanye?
it was Jeezy and
I mean Jeezy and Kanye.
yeah, Jeezy,
Hey.
yeah.
How about you just take that part out? Take that part out. Erase that part. It wasn't Ti. It was you, right? It was
I'm like, where you get T.I. from?
just take that part out.
No, you was listening to Dead and
Chris
Gone
Brown.
by T.I. That's what you was listening to.
Oh,
Facts. Yeah, I was.
I
In my
can't
feelings.
Hey,
Justin-
niggas don't make
Justin Timberlake?
songs like that no more, bro. You know what? I got a problem with niggas, bro. Cause everybody can't sing. Like, you know what I mean? I've tried. Sometimes I'm like, I can't. That's not.
That's not gonna
You know what I mean? Like,
Why? What's the
we
difference?
stopped
What's the
getting
difference?
we stopped getting R&B artists to sing the hooks on rap
Yeah,
songs.
man.
You know what I
There's
mean?
like this. There's this symbiotic
Yeah.
relationship between hip hop and R&B, and I think
Exactly.
you, to be honest with you, where I think that the shit kind of switched up is auto-tune. Auto-tune came in and made these rappers truly think, I don't need Justin Timberlake on the record. I can just throw this shit on there. But it's like, no, bro, you really need to sing in order for that shit to pop.
It
like
saved
that.
it saved them money
It's a hit.
because they couldn't afford them the features. But you know, if you got somebody on that feature, you know what I mean? Like,
You gotta share those.
you get a.
share those revenue.
I feel like a Rihanna hook on a rap song would heal the world right now. You know what I mean? Like,
She ain't,
Yeah.
bro, her and
Yeah.
ASAP is out there making babies. They ain't about to do no more music.
Man, I'm so happy for them, bro. I'm so happy for them, bro.
oh yeah, they
Like,
living
I
their
can't
life.
lie. That
Not
shit
today,
awesome to
girl.
look at. That shit awesome
You know
to
what I'm
witness,
saying?
bro.
It
Who?
is pretty. That nigga ASAP took my
Who
nigga.
you talking
girl,
about?
man. Yeah,
Who your nigga?
my nigga Chris, bro. I was talking to my nigga last week. He was opening up to me about it. He don't like
Man,
what?
shut up.
So my hey, big bro,
Be serious right now. What?
big bro.
My
Tripping.
God, bro. Really
shit.
tripping. You know that Fabulous record, bro? That blun dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun. That record, bro,
Yeah.
it's so special to me, bro. Like,
Is that
you really had to be. Nah, that was
That's Ashanti, right?
it was it was Monique. It was Mo. Lil, what's her name? Mo? Is it Mo? Lil Mo?
You sure it wasn't Ashanti? I really want
Nah,
to
it
be
wasn't
with
Ashanti.
you.
Cause her
That's all.
be with you. Her. Nah, it was let me search her name real quick. I think it was Lil Mo.
Yeah, little more.
Yeah,
Okay.
Lil Mo. Yeah,
Can't let you
Lil
go.
Mo. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That can't let you go.
Yeah,
It's like,
fabulous. Can't let
fire.
you go.
And
Lil
you
Mo.
could throw any. You could throw any Ja Rule and Ashanti song in there though. Like that
Hey.
combination was a match made in heaven. Shit, sure.
Man,
sure.
my favorite.
I got one.
My favorite is
Go ahead.
what is it?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
It was with Jamie Foxx, Kanye West, and Twista.
Ooh.
Mm.
So you're gonna be, you're gonna be,
Mhm.
you're gonna be, you're gonna be.
Well, well. Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, that don't make joints like that.
Kanye
no
was in
Yeah.
a bag, boy.
more.
We will never hear Kanye production like that
God,
ever again.
bro. Why is that, bro? Like, it's just, and it's not even just that. It's like
It's the world
niggas
we
from
live,
Chicago,
bro.
I mean, niggas from the Midwest was making some
Really dope
like
shit.
anthems. And the thing is,
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I was about to bring up another Chicago, Lupe Fiasco, Daydreaming, and Jill Scott.
Bro, come on, bro.
Daydream.
Come on.
Bro,
Asleep beneath the flowers. Oh my god.
Bro, Lupe was on
Niggas
repeat
don't
in
make
my middle
joints
school.
like
That's why
that
I was
no
listening to Lupe, bro. I was kick pushing my
Man,
ass
we
to
got
school.
away from that, bro. I'm
we
gonna keep
gotta-
it real with you. Like
we losing
I'm gonna
recipes.
keep it real. Let me keep it real. It comes down to like truly the direction of like the consumer and how they consume the music. Like there was a point in time like that music was like not in the digital era. Like that music was still in the
Yeah, that's
physical
real, that's
copy
real, that's
era.
real.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I think just the passion behind music like that was just in a completely different place.
Because that was like
accessibility
where
fuck shit up.
where we couldn't like you said, streaming wasn't really crazy, so we would just go straight to YouTube and watch those videos.
MTV jams. I mean, you got certain times of the day where music's shown on TV where you gotta sit there and niggas.
I think about even like
the video,
even like the Nothing on You, B.O.B., Bruno Mars, like
B.O.B. bro, like bro.
B.O.B. was like a go-to. You know what I mean? You had a B.O.B. song and the pop that hit.
Yeah. He tried to come back, but B.O.B.
It's a hit. No, B.O.B. has a crazy catalog. He just didn't. He's I just think he don't care about like industry shit no more. That's what it is. He don't care about industry shit. But yeah, B.O.B.
He still make music though.
He took a break, but I think he just dropped something.
No, he did. He did.
He's been on like a conscious wave of sorts. Yeah. Like he's been more so like on an expose kind of ordeal recently, like where he's been focusing on like telling the true nature of what be going on in the industry. It's not for everybody. I think that with B.O.B. and his newest music, it's like he's figuring out how to take all of the experiences and the things that he's witnessed throughout his journey and dumb it down, you know what I'm saying, for people. But I think there's certain things that just can't be dumbed down. He's going to have to kind of keep going with that complex route, especially talking about topics that he's talking about.
That's a fact. Yeah. Bro, even with you put Chris Brown on any hook, it's a hit.
See, I was saving the best for last. I was waiting for y'all to say it. You know what I'm saying? You know, time he get on anybody. That's what I'm talking about.
Really?
Come on, bro. Come on, brother. As soon as you hear that nigga, that breezy voice, you like, damn. I thought this was his song. It ain't.
That nigga be dancing his ass off.
That nigga be. That nigga hit that
best Chris Brown features. What y'all think?
Best Chris Brown feature.
You asking? You
that Chris Brown, Janae Aiko and Omarion shit went crazy.
It is went crazy, but it ain't the best though. It ain't the best though.
I mean, I can't lie. When I can't think of too many Chris Brown features. They always get overridden by his actual records. You know what I'm saying?
Since you can't do it, brother, you know, you talking to his cousin. You talking to his cousin. So, you know, I can.
You talking to his cousin. John was like, who the fuck are you talking to right now?
Hey. Shoot, bro.
I'm just letting y'all know I've known Anthony for a long time, and this nigga ain't never once told me.
This nigga's a jokester. This is news to us.
All right. News to me.
We have never known this.
News to me. You know what song they played the hell out of? That All Eyes on You, Chris Brown.
Man, yeah, that didn't. They ruined it. They ruined it. But his top features. One of his top features.
I can't remember that song.
It's the Do You Mind, bro.
No, that's not Do You Mind. No, that's a different one. That came out at the same time. The All Eyes on You. She was a realist. She was the best. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or You Changed Me. Well, come on now.
Oh, You Changed Me with Jamie Foxx. Oh my God.
Come on now, talk to me. Or if you want to talk about his rap era, Jordan Lucas, I Don't Die. Come on now. We stay alive.
Those were cool, but I ain't gonna say those was his best, his best features. We talking about
well, My Last.
He's just been on so much.
So many.
What I'm saying? Like,
you got My Last.
My Last. Yeah.
Oh,
people forgot that wasn't even his song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? No, really, like I'm thinking that was his song the whole time. Like, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was featured.
You got T.I. Private Show.
Every time I think of Chris Brown's bops, like I think of Deuces, I think of fucking Privacy. I'm not.
Yeah, those are his songs.
Features. Yeah.
No, you gotta. No. You gotta. Because you got
features.
You gotta think about his features. Because you gotta think about Waves.
Waves. What?
On Kanye. Waves on Die.
Yep. Then you got Dave East. Dave East, Perfect.
You listen to Dave East?
You don't listen to Dave East? You don't listen to Dave?
Shout out to Dave East, bro, because that nigga like that, bro.
You hear me?
Hey, that reaction, bro, like killed me though. I'm not gonna hold you. I got a few Dave East songs in my library. I'm not about to shit. Bro really like that. He really like that now, for real.
Troy,
you can really rap his ass off.
You listen to Dave like we talking about the damn funny nigga. Like,
bro, when he said that shit, I was like, yo, you can't do Dave like that, bro.
The funny thing is, I didn't even mean it like that, but the way y'all responded made it seem like I took it. I literally was like, I didn't know y'all was listening to Dave East. Like, I'm like, put me on. You know what I mean? But y'all took it like I was trying to throw shit.
It sounded
That
like
nigga
it, like,
said-
initially. I was like,
Hey, that nigga said, "You listen to that."
I just
yes.
I didn't know.
All right, then you got
I ain't know.
then you got Gucci, man. Tone it down. You know what I'm saying?
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Nah, I can't lie. I respect the shit out of Gucci. It's just it's a no for me, dog.
All right, so instead of features, what are your favorite Chris?
My favorite Chris Brown song.
Fine China.
You talking what?
That's
a good
bro.
one.
I need an album of just records like dude.
That whole album.
His last no. Just like fine. I'm talking about like MJ. R&B, pop, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
mix.
Bro, the minute that record started, I'm like, MJ is stamped all over that, and we just need. If we just had like a project of just like 7-8 songs like that, bro, like that, we good. He getting Grammys. You know what I'm saying? And he deserves a lot more Grammys.
He do, but people be, bro. He's the only artist to be on the top 100 20 years consecutively.
Oh yeah, I mean he's broken records for any male artist. You know what I mean? So.
He making these girls say goodbye.
What's your favorite Chris Brown album?
I got
my favorite. Ooh.
Well, before you go to the album, I got a song that is slept on because he be dropping so much music. There's a song I was listening to on Shuffle. That joint came on and I was just like,
what's it called?
I was like, this joint is disgusting. But Come Together with Her.
Yes.
Bro.
Man. Yeah.
I think Cardiac produced.
Yeah.
But
it's like that.
Really good song.
Bro, when I heard that joint, I'm like, cause he calls it dun 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 dun. I was like, oh my god, bro. And then on the hook, when they both that song is such a good song. I don't know why it don't got as much love. Not saying the same thing's gonna happen to the same thing could happen to that record that Under the Influence happened because Under the Influence came out like
2019,
a year or two after it decided to go #1. Like people blew that joint up on TikTok and social media, and that joint went to being #1. So I mean, the same thing could happen. Now I think it's one of his biggest songs. It got over 1 billion streams on Spotify.
Yeah,
that joint crazy. And it came out like a year or two after it blew up.
Facts.
It got more streams than No Guidance.
Man, that was a dope record. Like in the moment, but like.
No Guidance?
The replay value, I thought it would have way more. Yeah, like I think people was just excited to see those two people together type shit.
No Guidance?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No Guidance is like.
Y'all smoking,
great, bro.
Y'all smoking.
Maybe.
Y'all smoking.
But
y'all smoking. Y'all smoking.
Maybe, but
freaky.
It's real. No.
That y'all smoking because that record was feeding families. All right. Yeah, that record was. That record. The minute you heard it, because some songs definitely be overplayed, and I don't listen to radio that much, so maybe it's just like a little different for me because I don't overplay songs like that. Yeah. But like when that record came out, I was just like, okay, all right.
But
and you heard it 2 years later.
That song though,
but you heard it 2 years later.
Well, that's my whole beef.
I'm sure they did, but I don't listen to radio. So to me, it's not overplayed. Like if you're not listening to social media stuff and you kind of live in your own bubble when it comes to music, I feel like that's why that's what I feel like people got to do more. Like if you just live in your own bubble and not pay attention to where everybody's hyping, you appreciate music more because you're not feeling as annoyed because everywhere you go, you hearing that
the same song. Yeah, favorite song of his is 4 years old, and people like to talk about he only do runs. You can really hear his range in that song. It's off the Fortune album, 2012. 4 years old. It's slept on.
Fortune was. Hey, that album deserved a Grammy.
Come on, man.
That's stuck on it.
Come on, man. You know what song it is. When he's
what was that? Please Don't Judge Me.
Please Don't Judge Me, but it's oh my God, here it is.
He had Please Don't Judge Me. He had he had the Cadillac joint with 7th Streeter on it. Shout out to 7th Street.
7th Street is so fire, bro.
Was she on that record? I think she was on the album, but I don't know if she's on that record. I'm tripping, but
like she deserves more love.
Turn up the
7th
music.
Streeter, bro. Turn up the choreography to that. Yeah.
I wouldn't bought a blue suit the next day.
Oh yeah, but the 7th Streeter, bro, I'm weak as hell. The 7th Streeter, bro, she's amazing, man.
She is. He put her on.
Nah, that goddamn Famous Girl record by Chris Brown is crazy.
Yes.
I'm famous.
Yes.
Girl.
Oh yeah, she was on
It's OG. That's OGCB, man.
Woo.
she was on that album actually twice. She was on Remember My Name,
Bro,
and then
she signed with him.
she was on Party Hard / Cadillac,
Yeah.
which was dope. But yeah, like I said, and she was on Touch Me.
Yeah,
So she was on that joint 3
he
times.
signed her. Yeah, she signed with
Yeah.
OVO.
She's
not
a
OVO,
bro.
OHB.
I was like, OVO.
Sorry, OHB. I just heard the O's. I'm dyslexic, so the letters got mixed up in my head. I was hoping you guys didn't catch it.
OVO.
I was hoping you guys didn't catch it.
But now I had a chance to work with Seven, and still got a chance to work with her. She's a sis. She's an amazing songwriter, bro. She's one of the coldest. Like, work with her for like a week straight. She's
her
vocals,
voice.
she don't get enough love, bro.
Range.
Like, bro, like just being
saying.
in the studio with her and just hearing her like go in the booth and just lay stuff out, even if she's messing around, it's just like
It's like, damn.
you're ridiculous. She's ridiculous.
Record.
She's one of the ones. No, she's one of the ones. She deserves a lot more. So shout out to Seven.
Yeah, her flower is coming. Her flower is coming for sure.
She deserves it.
Since we was talking about the OVO.
Speaking of OV hoes,
we mentioned it. And I said it on accident.
I've been waiting on this.
I've
been waiting on this.
We know who got knocked out. We know who got knocked out. Nigga.
Yeah.
We know who got knocked out.
Bring him back. I'll knock him out with 2.
Put him up. Put him up.
Put him up.
Man, I can't lie. All right, to bring it into this may be single-handedly the greatest rap beef I've ever witnessed in my life. Like, this trade back and forth going between these two guys for essentially like a month has been wild to just to witness. First of all, like, you'd be crazy to not admit that 2 of these guys, if not one of them, is at least in your top 3. You know what I'm saying? Like, Drake is, as much as you can like critique Drake and give Drake some sense of criticism on his personal life or who he is, like, we cannot negate the fact that bro has made some great music for us. Like, these last 10 years, he's made some iconic music. So, but on the contrary, we got a person that's been so versatile and embracive with the culture, whether people are paying attention and realizing it or not. So it's been different.
Staple in the industry.
You know what I'm saying? It's been crazy different to see 2 pioneers in their own light clash. But to be honest with you, the outcome of it, I knew if it happened that this would be the outcome. Like, Kendrick just has a deeper spiritual and soulful bag to reach into to execute in moments like this. You know what I'm saying?
His wordplay and his extension of his wordplay is crazy, man.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. It's just like the timeline of how everything happened. Like, I don't know. It was crazy seeing things happen in real time. Like, especially Kendrick like posts the links on Twitter, like back to back to back to back. I was just like, yeah, bro, I stopped anything I was doing. I'm like, this nigga dropped again? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, and it's just like he showed everybody his versatility. I mean, if you didn't already know Kendrick was like that, I don't know what to tell you. But it was dope to see that it was dope to see his catalog. I believe his catalog streams went up like 400%. Like during the whole battle, like Damn went back in the top 100 albums. Pimp a Butterfly went back up in the top 100. Man. So it just seems like a lot of these new listeners because a lot of these young people, like, they were like younger around the Drake and Meek Mill stuff that happened. You know what I'm saying? So now, like, a lot of them got a chance to witness as young adults, almost even teenagers, young adults. Like, they got a chance to witness a real live rap battle against like the biggest artists in the world. So I feel like that gave them a chance to go back and listen to everybody's music. Of course, people gonna have their sides, but once they started realizing how crazy K-Dot was doing, I feel like once the dust settled and people just, hey,
look at this. They were able to see.
Hey, you know what I mean? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, shout out to both of them. You know, Drake, he always gonna be one of them ones, like, statistically wise, he's given us tracks to our lives, you know what I mean? If you grew up with Drake, 15, you already knew 14, that. You know what I mean? So, and then, but Kendrick, he has a timeless aspect to all his projects. He takes his time with it. You know what I mean? Like, I know people wanted to talk about, you know, like, oh, he doesn't drop as much. And I
You
feel
don't
like
need to.
I feel like as a fan perspective, that sounds cool outside looking in, but as a songwriter and artist myself, the kind of artist that Kendrick is, sometimes you gotta experience life to write music.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially
Yeah.
the stuff he talks about. Like it's
Yeah.
not easy to go in the booth every other month and just start. I mean, you could talk about whatever you want. Obviously, like a good songwriters can talk about anything. But if you wanna, if music is and that's something that you're passionate about and you use it to talk about what you're going through, you got to spend you got to time to you got to give yourself time to grow, you got to give yourself time to experience stuff so you can have new stuff to talk about. And that's what Kendrick has done. He's always given us new material, new content to talk about. You know what I mean? And different ways, different sounds. Like none of his the same.
Nothing.
You know what I mean?
None of
Nothing sounds the same. So
I think it's like when it comes down to him too, like you have an artist in Drake that knows how to seize like each moment, like knows how to be current with the times. Like I think with his general approach with music, it's gonna be more sensible for him to, let's say, drop once a year. You know, the where the creative limit is for him, he can definitely exceed it. It's not that he can't pass that, but he realized with his algorithm that this is what is working. You know what I'm saying? Predominantly, my fan base is all women, so yeah, I can easily just keep talking about my experiences with women, and and sprinkle some hip hop in there for my bros. You know what I'm saying? But Kendrick's whole approach is like, how can I be as vulnerable as possible every time while giving them a classic? Kendrick is one of those artists where you essentially get a full cohesive body of work, literally every project.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The themes, exactly. The themes might be different, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, he's approaching it like a concept. Like I seen a post. I remember telling you about this, John. It was this dude that kind of broke down the themes, each theme of Kendrick's album. Good Kid, Mad City was a short film. You know what I'm saying? To Pimp a Butterfly was a poem. Damn was a magazine. You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that Drake can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mr. Morale was a fucking Broadway play. You know what I'm saying? These themes,
he just hasn't given
really
us that.
He just has not ventured in that realm at all. But you have a person that thrives and lives in this area, like literally every time he goes at bat. So if you gonna give us this every time, yeah, bro, take 2 years. Who gives a fuck?
I feel like if Drake has given us that, it was either it was Take Care and nothing was the same. But I feel like after that, he's just been feeding the streets, and that's fine because the streets needed music. We needed hits. We needed joints we could bop to. We needed joints we could drive to. You know what I'm saying? We needed, you know what I mean? Like I feel like those are two different artists that excel the best at what they do. You know what I mean? But when it came to this rap battle, and we talking about lyricism, we talking about just bars, we talking about strategy,
cadence, tempo.
We talking about flow, cadence, tone, timbre. We talking about
how this song flows into this song,
and I don't know that
how the ending can connect you to the beginning. Like,
and I know certain rap. I know the average listener doesn't really care too much about that. They're just like, and I get it. Some people are just like, Kendrick's voice is they don't like the voice of Kendrick. I hear that because I know everybody has like taste for everything, but you got when it comes to hip hop and you're talking about just hip hop, you're not talking about hits, you're not talking about like number ones, you're just talking about art, you're talking about expression. And I feel like when it comes to hip hop, there's nobody, at least right now, that's doing it better than Kendrick when it comes to painting a picture, when it comes to rapping ability, when it comes to just literature. Like the way that he writes is literally literature, from his rhyme schemes, from his imagery, from just his flow patterns. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's people that sit down and study his his rhymes, because you're not gonna get it the first time. You're probably not gonna get it the second time.
No,
and that's fine because everybody don't want to listen to music to read a book. Some people just want to have music so they could listen, get ready. You know what I'm saying?
I make music that electrify him. You make music that pacify him.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So
come on,
it just depends. It just depends on the type of listener. is like you should be able to appreciate both. And I've seen like so many people pick sides based off of tweets online without doing their research. So many people was picking sides just like not even just thinking. They just
off
like,
of the hype,
oh,
bro. Just off of
just
the
off
hype.
of a hype. You know what I mean? It's like you should be able to appreciate what both people are doing. Of course, you're gonna have your biases, but it's like
at the end
you
of
should
the
be
day,
able to
it's music,
appreciate,
bro.
yeah,
You know
you should be able to
seeing how they
appreciate
doing
both.
that shit.
Yeah, you should be able to appreciate. Like I was in the, I'm like, yeah, I'm, you know, obviously gonna steer more towards Kendrick because I started like making music and rapping because of artists like Kendrick, B.O.B., you know, that started out of lyricism, Kanye, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But it's just like I can still appreciate, yeah, I can still appreciate Drake. I can still appreciate Kendrick, but at the same time, it's just like I'm not gonna hop on Twitter. Man, it's just like people have group think, like have a group think mentality, and it's crazy because you'll see a whole bunch of people like and repost a tweet, and the minute somebody sees it, they'll just run with it. Like you don't even think for yourselves, and it's on both sides. Like you should be able to think for yourself. Like see a tweet, be like, I don't think that's true, or
have your
there's
own
no
biased
proof,
opinion,
or you know what I'm saying. And it's okay to be biased, but at least be open. Like have an open mind to being wrong. You know what I mean? People don't want to be wrong. That's the problem.
bro. I like it because I'm a comedian, and when beef in between rappers are going on, they structure their songs or disses like a joke. Delivery, the punchline. And Troy, you said it yourself. When the songs flow from one another, you can wrap around back to the first song to bring you a story.
I think you know what I think is important to realize too in moments like this, like when there's a beef, like a predominant beef that's happening within the culture, we really have to consider how majority of these people consume music. Like, you know, like, and I think a lot of that does come with age. Like, I can't expect the things that I gravitate towards when it comes down to music at my older age, like how I'm healing, how I'm putting things in front of me that only help my evolution. I can't expect a 17 or 16-year-old kid to have that same mentality. So on the contrary, you got the 17, 18-year-old kid who might really just love Drake because off the strength of the music that Drake is making. It's perfect for little bro in his time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
they going to football games, they partying.
You know what I'm saying? He's
Like,
not thinking about
they enjoying this.
He's not thinking about how to heal or what he needs to heal from. He probably ain't even been through no shit that needs healing yet. So it's like
not yet.
He hear Kendrick and it's like, nigga, what the fuck is this shit? It's like
I'm not trying to dive deep into my soul.
Right.
I'd rather look at a magazine right now than to read an autobiography. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's, once you realize that, like, it's a huge difference on where you can see how people like choose their side. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to shit like this.
No, that's real. That's real, and that's why you saw a lot of people go his earlier work, and it's cool to see in real time, like that happening. You know, like it's cool to see in real time. Oh, his whole catalog just skyrocketed. You know what I mean? In percentages of streams and just listens and things like that. And it's, you know, obvious it's for a reason. That stuff just, yes, of course, the rap beef, everything brought exposure to it. But the fact that it's still going up and a lot of his stuff is still getting replayed and replay value, it just shows you his music. It just shows you what timeless music and an event like this in the world can do to somebody's career in their music. You know what I mean? It's longevity in the game. Yeah, I know Drake just dropped a joint with Sexy Red. He rapped over the BBL Drizzy joint. I mean,
you know,
shout out Sexy Red. She from the Lou, you know.
So you know what I want to, what perception I immediately got from hearing that record, and I listened to it like fresh when I woke up this morning, right?
I haven't listened to it yet.
So what I heard, like what I got from it was like, you ever realize in boxing, like they say one of the best techniques for when you get hit is to go with the wave of the punch.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Really? Like, so you instead of pushing against it and resisting the punch, sometimes it might be best to just it might hurt a little less if you throw your neck that way. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's kind of what Drake is doing. He's seen how many burning bushes has Drake in the middle of it when it came down to this beef. You got Metro Boomin making beats over here about you.
You got Future talking shit.
You on 4 different records. Future talking shit.
You got Rick Ross.
Hop on Future shit talking shit. Rick Ross over here trolling.
Come on, man.
It's like the best way
came out the woodworks.
You see what I'm saying? The best way for you to embrace all of this is to literally
To go,
embrace
yeah.
all of this. You know what I'm saying?
Use
Like
what they
it's to
give
go
you.
with it.
He just
Yeah,
got to keep doing what he's
exactly.
been doing. But I also think that he should take. I think he should take a break.
Drake.
For sure.
I think because I
For
think we've had Drake so many times, and I think not saying like we don't appreciate him, but I think he should take a break so we can appreciate him more.
Yeah, he
You
got
know
to
what I
step
mean?
into his Weezy era.
'Cause, yeah, like, if
That's
he just
exactly what he
takes a
gotta
break,
do.
relax, come back with a classic album. Don't even announce. Don't even say you're working on it. Don't do no features. You know what I'm saying?
Never.
Just let the industry do what it do. Come back like a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
Yeah.
We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Come back in a year and a half. You know what I mean? And then just drop an album. You know, I think people once the dust settles, it'll allow people to appreciate you more. And you know what I mean? Like give us a hip hop album, like a real hip hop joint. You giving us everything. You giving us hits, you give us pop records, you give us
Everything.
You know what I mean? Like UK joints, you know what I mean? You giving us dance joints.
He not
Like
gonna do that.
there's nothing that you can't do. But I mean it depends
He
on
not
where
gonna
he's
do
at.
that.
Yeah,
Probably
he
not,
not.
but
I'm
it
gonna
just
keep it real. Like we,
it
Because he
depends on
talked
where
about
he's
that
at.
shit. He talked about shit a while
Depends on where
ago.
he's at. I mean,
I remember him
depends on
talking
where
about
he's
that
at.
so
shit.
much.
This is the most he's
seen the
ever.
pattern.
This is the most he's rapped in a long time. I like just rapped. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
We've seen this pattern though so much with Drake. Like at this point in time, like when it comes down to Drake taking an L, yeah, the smart thing to do would be to just give it grace, kind of back off, come back at a reinventive time, and like really turn up when it comes down to your art. But I think what makes this one different in particular is you were severed. Your head was severed in this. You know what I'm saying? To a point where you got chewed up so bad publicly that people are kind of shunning your previous work. It's hard for people to listen to your older stuff. They're going through it, they're dissecting it, they're pulling out questionable bars and stuff like that. Now with Drake, essentially how I look at him creatively right now, his back is against the wall. He could take a little break, come back, give us more of the same shit, but essentially that's just going to cause him to get reignited again. Right now, with how he's been tested and who he's been tested by, it would only benefit him if he came and did everything that people were not expecting him to do. So you see how, you know what I'm saying, and we'll get into that later, but the list of, I mean, the number of where he was on that top 100 list, he needs to focus on how he can make a body of work that can compete within the top 20 of that list. If not, you're gonna get this backlash essentially for the remainder of your career. And it's like his capability doesn't deserve that. But if he's gonna be complacent in his creativity, then buckle up. It's gonna be a wild ride for real.
yeah, I mean, we need another classic from him. You know what I'm saying? But that goes into what we talking about. What we have seen recently, the Apple Music Top 100 albums. You know what I'm saying?
I like it.
So the artists
like
with multiple albums, I'll give some stats. So the artists with multiple albums are the Beatles. The Beatles had 2, Prince had 2, Stevie Wonder had 2, Beyonce had 2, and Radiohead had 2. As far as albums from each genre, have hip hop had 20%, rock had 18%, 16% alternative, 14% R&B, 11% electronic, 4%. And it goes down from there.
Yeah.
So,
They love their hip hop, don't they? They be trying to shun hip hop.
So
They love
be
their
us.
hip hop.
albums from each. So 2020s only have 3. Obviously we're still in the 2020s.
Yeah,
So,
true.
but 2010s 17%, 2000s 11%, the 90s 23%, 80s 17%, 70s 18%, 60s 10%, and 50s 1%.
Yeah, 'cause I don't know what the hell is in the 50s.
So the 90s is where it was at. Is basically what they saying. How much you said for the percentage of 90s?
90s 23, 80s 17, and 2010 17.
Nearly a quarter of the fucking albums that are on this list come from the 90s. That should let you know the music that was being made in that time is still timeless decades later, bro. We done went through 2000s, 2010s. This is great music. You know what I'm saying?
Now. 2020.
Yeah. So Lauryn Hill actually received number 1 with the Miseducation
Deserving.
of Lauryn Hill. And obviously it caused some spark because
What was number
Michael
2?
Jackson had number 2 with Thriller.
Come on now,
So,
talk to me.
how do y'all
Let's
feel
make it
about
make
that?
sense.
Because
I agree.
first of all, shout out to
Let's make it make
shout out
sense.
to Lauren Hill. You know what I mean?
Shout out, babe. I
to
love
Lauren Hill.
you.
Shout out to Miss Hill.
Because
We love you, Lauren.
she's
You know
a
what I mean?
legend. She's a
Legend.
legend. And then also,
Come on now.
because shout out to the Fugees, Wyclef, you know, he's a Haitian fellow
Come on,
Haitian.
mama.
Yeah, we talking about Thriller, right?
Come on now. Not the game. Not the game.
Come on now.
Not the game.
Okay,
but-
hold on. You know what I'm about to do?
We're talking about Thriller, right?
Okay, hold on.
And so Thriller is one of the most successful albums of all time.
Ever.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
literally changed.
Ever.
It changed it almost changed structurally everything how music was created after that.
It
also
did.
changed.
Yeah.
It did, and then also it just like I said, it changed the world. Honestly, like it sounds cliche, but Thriller
But it
really
did.
changed the world.
It did, bro. Michael
Man,
Jackson
it
will
changed the
forever
world.
be
And I'm not saying I'm not saying Lauryn Hill hasn't, obviously, and obviously, like I don't want to start talking about like number wise or what was bigger, but I think just on a global scale, on impact alone, my sole point. I'm talking about global impact. Like everybody, the Thriller dance, bro. That music video alone changed the game, bro. Changed the game. That music video alone. That was a movie. So, and that's not even just the only record on the album. It's just like, it's so many things on the album that just changed the game. And then that's not even the only point. Why does he only have one album on the top 100?
Facts, nigga. He need about 3 of them hoes.
Now that I could agree.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Why does Michael Jackson only have one album on the top 100, but Radiohead has 2, right?
Because you know who made the list.
If Prince has 2, Michael Jackson needs 2. If the
You know
Beatles
who made
has
the
2,
list.
Michael Jackson needs 2. Like,
You know who made the list? And they have certain what's the word I'm looking for?
Perception.
I don't know who, honestly, I don't really know who made the list.
Against
I
Mike.
can't say.
Big people
Man,
look at
Apple
Mike.
I can
Music.
say that.
Yeah.
Just
I
Apple
I know
Music.
I know Apple Music, but I don't know who
Man,
like individually
ain't no-
made the list. I
It
don't know
ain't.
that.
I can tell you it ain't too much melanin behind them Apple Music.
We don't know that.
selections.
I can't say that.
Look
I
at that
can't
Paul.
say that. I can't say that. I
John
don't know.
Joseph.
I can't say
Jacob
that.
Heimer Schmidt.
I can't say that because hold on. Let's not go there because I can't say that because
I feel that.
the top 5 besides the Bills is all of the same melody.
And that's how I
So-
know. That's how I know.
can't-
I feel
you can't
that.
say
I
that.
feel that. But that's
You
how
can't
I
say that.
know for a fact. I know y'all musicians. Y'all do music, so you know you have a certain appreciation for the art.
Right.
The regular nigga ain't listen to no damn Beatles. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh, you
The
tripping.
regular Dagger brother ain't listen to the Beatles. I'm telling you that right now.
The classic.
But the
The
world,
classic.
the world is bigger than Compton and St. Louis, bro. We got.
and
You know what I'm saying?
it's not even, bro. It's not even just of this time though. We're talking about of all
Over the
time.
years. Yeah,
All
I mean,
time.
yeah, I get that. They were walking.
All
They were walking.
time. The
They
Beatles.
were
the Beatles
jaywalking and
literally-
shit. So I see.
The
I'ma keep it
Beatles
real.
changed. The Beatles changed the game when it came to their music.
I'm gonna keep it real, okay? This is just my honest opinion. They did not miss with this top 10.
No, they
The
didn't. I
first
like
10
it. I like
albums
it.
on this, they did not
top
miss.
10?
This is as accurate as you can get when it comes down to timeless classic albums. They even implemented.
Debatable,
Essentially, we
but
got
yeah.
something from like every decade. Now,
Yeah.
you might not like the specific order within this
Yeah.
top 10, but the top 10 nonetheless is spot the fuck on.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'll put Whitney Houston over Beyonce in the top 10.
Classic album though.
Yes.
Now, I'm gonna
not
have
mad.
to
I'm not
respectfully
mad.
beg to differ. Nah, I
I'm
mean,
not mad at that.
okay, look, and the
not mad
Beyonce
at
album that made the top 10, we talking
Lemonade.
about Lemonade, bro. Hey,
But
look,
Lemonade against,
But not
come on,
not
bro.
even Beyonce. Like not even the album Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? So I'm
Yeah.
like
nah, bro, Lemonade. I'm gonna keep it real with you. And I love Whitney Houston. Now, Whitney Houston's vocal range and capability, and some of her songs are way more timeless than what Beyonce had to deliver.
They
but we
sing the
talking
way they
about-
sing because of Whitney.
That's besides the point. We talking
my
about
love is your
bodies of
love,
work.
bro. My love is your
Bro.
love, though.
Don't make me pull up this Lemonade album, bro.
Bro,
Please don't.
bro, we know. Hold on, we know Lemonade, but I'm saying like Whitney Houston, bro. And I get what he's saying. I'm not
You
mad.
already
I'm not.
You
and-
took the album out my mouth.
I'm not mad. But the thing is, I would replace. if we just gonna be, I would replace with Adele's 21.
Yeah, you're high. Yeah, you're high.
I'm not. I'm not. I'm
You're
not.
high.
I'm not.
You are high.
I'm not. You want to know why?
What?
You want to know why? I'm not high. You want to know why?
Why? Y'all gotta hear
fine.
this.
Adele 21 is literally one of the biggest sold
I
albums
can't
of
argue
all
with
time.
that either, but I really.
It's
I was
literally
gonna say,
one of the.
either.
It's literally.
can't
Hold on. Just look up Adele.
Bruh. Frank Ocean.
Adele, bro. Adele 21 sold 30 million pure album sales. I don't want to hear shit. 30 million.
Bro.
What,
You not gonna
30
look up blind?
million.
look up
You're not gonna look up blind?
It ain't.
All right, hold on. What?
Oh man.
Adele winning though.
How much you said?
30 million.
30. What he got? 20 something? What is it, Troy?
It's certified platinum for sure.
What is it, Troy?
It's
What is the album
platinum. It's more.
Units.
That's not
Oh.
saying how many he sold though.
Yeah.
As of April 17th, 2023, my birthday. Hey, he sold more than 3 million copies in the U.S. in his first weeks of release on August 20th, 2016. The album sold 232,000 copies and had over 65 million streams in the U.S. Debuting at number one. Okay, but look though, here's my thing when it comes down to, because I'm sure they're not allowing the analytics and the statistics of these to be the end all be all verdict
Yes.
of them placing. Okay.
I
I love y'all.
appreciate you.
All right.
You know what I'm
next
saying?
All
episode.
right, man.
Yes, sir.
Continue to
Yes, sir.
send me the rest.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes, sir. Be
Peace.
safe, man. In a minute.
Peace,
will,
man.
But look, when it comes down to this
Bro, so
Frank,
I get what you're saying. 20. I'm not saying like the whole like the main thing would be sales, but that is a substantial. That is like night and day. 30 million, bro. And let me just look. Let me confirm. Let me look that back up just to confirm to make sure I'm not wrong. How many albums did Adele sell at 30 million pure album sales? 21 is the highest selling studio album last 3 years. And obviously, we're not just talking about numbers, but what that album did globally, yeah, I would have to replace. I would definitely have to replace Blonde with Adele 21, and Adele 21's in the top 20, so it's not even like she's not on the list. It's but the things that album did, nobody has touched. Nobody.
to be honest with you, man, like on a creative scale, I gotta give it to Blonde only because like kind of circling back to those those specific artists that make albums that sound like one big ass giant song. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's such
You
a,
think that sounded like one big ass song?
I mean, not necessarily one big ass song. Of course, there's a multitude
Don't
of
do
songs
that.
within it, but the flow of everything, the overall flow of everything
Come
with that
on.
album, Blonde, man, it's light years better than 21. 21
Light
21
years
has-
is
yes.
crazy.
Look, listen
Nah, I
to
can't
me,
say
because
that.
I've consumed both of them. So
There's
I'm
people
like,
getting married to her album still, bro. Set fire to
That's
the rain,
beside-
rolling in the deep. Rumor has it.
oh my
Like
God.
love song.
That should
Come
not
on,
be
bro.
the-
This song,
that
this,
should
and
not
I
be the
get his,
verdict,
I get his, I get his pop, but at the same time, the songwriting on it is amazing. And like I said, like obviously they're two different genres, so they're gonna sell different. I'm just saying the things that album did, and I feel like everything in totality has to matter. Like obviously, sales shouldn't be the forefront on what an album does, and I don't, you know, what I'm saying I'm not saying Adele 21 deserves to be in the top 10 because of the sales, but that's also something. If that album was the most sold, like the biggest album in the last 23 years, as far as sales go, like, come on, what are we
that
talking
don't
about?
matter, man.
What are we
That
talking
don't-
about?
that
What are we
don't
talking
matter,
about?
man.
What are we
can't,
talking
like,
about?
I can't
Like, what are we
allow
talking
these-
about?
I can't allow numbers to be the decide.
I'm not saying it's just the
bro.
numbers though. I'm not saying this is
But
but you got to look at that.
want the numbers to you want the numbers to push people up in the list order, when in actuality that has nothing to do with the songs, and it's not negating the greatness of Adele's songs because they are fucking iconic. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, first we got
I'm just saying the greatness of the album in totality. That's all I'm saying.
That's
The
what I'm
greatness
saying.
of the
We have
album
to
in
consider
totality.
the album. No,
Yeah.
we have to consider like versus what the album did, the actual body of work, like, and how they have striking differences versus which one sold more or which genres and which one. It's about not
So do you
just
think-
the impact, but like the actual like the feel of the album. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
So do you think Blonde is better than Channel Orange?
yes, yes, by like a hair though, because he's kind of in the same vein. This is like, first of all, when it comes down to Channel Orange, it's so nostalgic hearing that fucking Sony Computer Entertainment sound from the PlayStation in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? But it's different textures like that Frank Ocean is implementing in his art that gives it that extra feel, that extra push on being more of a classic, cohesive piece of work, other than Adele just throwing fire ass, dope ass songs together. And it's like,
Oh, that's not what she did.
I mean, you know,
It's
you get what I'm
cohesive.
saying.
It's cohesive. It's cohesive.
It's cohesive in the sake of its order. It's not cohesive in the sake of
no, not the order.
him
It's
thinking
cohesive.
of different
No.
textures and stuff to throw it into the next
It's
record.
cohesive for its genre because obviously they're two different. So Frank has the like. Frank is a little more, you know, with an album like that, it's just a little more experimental. And it's a little more not structured as far as just like, okay, let's make a song like verse, hook, verse, hook, verse. You know what I'm saying? Like it has, it's just, it flows. And I appreciate albums like that. But yeah, like you can't say it's not cohesive just because it's just like, you know what I mean? I think for its genre, for what she's doing in pop, like it's a very cohesive album.
It's
Sure.
cohesive. It's cohesive. Like, don't get me wrong. It has a flow. You know what I'm saying? That the selection of the songs that they decided to use on the album and in the order that they decided to put them in, it does give it like a nice essence, you know what I'm saying, to the album.
Yeah.
But people like Frank Ocean, you know what I'm saying, Kendrick, they put different things within different elements within certain records that help you appreciate the following record, and you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. And I think that's what pushes their albums and projects over the hill just a little bit further than people who just put great songs on a, you know what I'm saying, on a project.
So speak to Pimp a Butterfly was not on the top 100.
I can understand that. I can understand why they didn't put that on there. That is a project that more than it's going to be deemed as great to everybody, it's going to be deemed great only to the people that it truly resonated with, which is us. For Black culture, for people who are appreciating, you know, where we come from, the jazz essence of our twist on hip hop, talking about our plight and things of that nature, that is for us. You know what I'm saying? I think it's dope at the strength of it getting the Pulitzer Prize. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes down to that being accepted by everybody, you got to realize his main single was all right. And we hate Popo. Wanna kill us dead in the streets for sure. Nigga. Like, it's
That's what I'm
certain
saying.
lines like that
It shouldn't be
take
biased.
that away from him.
That's what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying, but I don't agree with that because it shouldn't be biased based off because All Right was literally the soundtrack to, and you know, the Black Lives Matter stuff that was going on with the George Floyd stuff. It literally shot back to being number one. You know what I mean? The things he's talking about on the album, I feel like a great album is something that causes conversation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a great album is something that everybody, and it depends on the album, of course, but I think what a great album does, it causes a conversation, whether like you agree on it or not, it strikes conversation. And I think that's what To Pimp a Butterfly did, especially musically. Like, I don't think in rap we've ever heard anything like To Pimp a Butterfly. You know what I mean? Like, the rapping ability on that, the just the musicality on that, the topics, and we've heard some similar, but the perspective he's taken on doing it, like I'm shocked. It would like I get Good Kid, Mad City is one of the best in history, but To Pimp a Butterfly, just because of the controversy, is, you know what I mean, and the things around it, I think it should have at least been in the top 100. You know, like especially just based off of that merit. Forget if it caused division or not. I think that's what a good album does. You know what I mean? I think a good album, like I said, causes conversation, it causes debates and things like that, especially in hip hop. Like we're talking specifically about in hip hop and what the conversations around it started, on what the songs did for Black people and how it liberated Black people and how, you know what I mean, and inspired a lot of Black people as well too. Like, you know what I mean? Like it did a lot for the culture, I think. So that's just my opinion.
I mean, to be honest with you, if we talking about like classic albums, and this is not to say this just off the midst of what this Kendrick and Drake beef that just happened, but I do think, and this is people gonna say he's a Kendrick stan or whatever the case may be. That's fine,
I
but
know
I
what you're
do
gonna
feel
say.
like To Pimp a Butterfly should be in this list over Take Care when it comes
Yeah,
down to classic projects. Like, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like, and I don't want to say that and taking away from how classic Take Care was, but I think Take Care was classic off the strength of it being in that specific time. Like,
mm-hmm.
the
Yeah,
project
yeah,
in itself is, yeah, it's dope, but like when you're comparing it to other classic projects, there are a few other projects that could have definitely made
yeah.
that list, and
Take Care is
even
a
sooner
classic for
than
sure.
number 69. Yeah, it's
But
classic,
yeah,
but like I feel like it was
but
the moment that made it classic.
yeah, because like I'm not gonna bring up that argument, but yeah, I was just like, nah, yeah, it's just like, but I'll just leave. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is at number 26.
I don't agree with that.
You think it should be
Um,
higher?
I think it should be, yes, way, way
I
closer
agree.
to the top on that list. I think. Okay, I
So
mean, just at first glance here, I'm gonna keep it real, and this is, well, I don't know. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that because that'll be wrong. Um, because The Chronic is fucking classic. It's a classic album.
yeah,
Um, I would put it for that second Beatles album, Revolver, like, which is like
I just seen that.
that'll
Yeah,
make it
yeah,
like number 20 or number 21.
yeah. You already
Like,
got Abbey Road, which is like literally one of the biggest
the
albums of all
classic Beatles
time.
album,
It's the
exactly.
classic, but putting Revolver over My Beautiful Dark
Yeah,
Twisted
like,
Fantasy,
come on, bro. Like,
like
are we
my
listening to the same project, bro?
like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy,
Are
like
you mad?
that's almost like a perfect. That's almost a perfect album.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Like that's
It's a no
what are we
skip, like, for
what are we
sure.
talking about?
First of all, that is a movie album if I've ever heard one in my life. I mean, like,
Yeah, and
I'm very grateful he did that visualizer alongside of that.
as much as a classic that David Bowie is, or you know what I'm saying, as much as a classic that David Bowie did with the rise and the
Hmm.
like not to be My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, like let's be real. And then you put 19 Taylor's version
Hmm.
over My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Like what are we doing? What what
Man, I can't
what are
lie.
we doing?
Them Taylor Swift stands, bro, they would have had a field day
What are
if
we
it was a
doing?
Kanye album before Taylor's, bro.
And when did that come
You
out?
know
That
that.
came out, bro. It came out 2023. She just re-recorded the joints that she did on her original joint. So that's like that joint came out last year, and you
Yeah,
putting
I
that over
mean,
My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy?
yeah, yeah. I see what you're getting
Come
at.
on, what
Yeah.
are we doing? And I get she re-recorded the songs that she did like when she was stuck in that situation and she was the
Mhm.
masters and all that. But what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah, yeah, I can agree with that for sure. Cause My Beautiful Dark Twisted but you gotta realize too, like, that's like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy for a lot of people, like, is gonna be so, it's so different that it's like a lot of people can immediately shun that album away. Like, for us, we realize the greatness of that album the minute we press play on that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I
but
think most
what
people do too.
huh. No, I mean, I to be honest with you, a lot of people fall short when it comes down to seeing the true, like, meaning and understanding why this person made this piece of work. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's I think that happens with a lot of albums, but specifically this album, I know for a fact when especially like I've seen videos of people who pick up piano and just start playing Runaway. You know what I mean? And people automatically know. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
People automatically know. Runaway. Then you have there's so many songs like Power, you have All the Lights, you know what I mean? Like Blame Game, like Devil in a New Dress Monster, like arguably Nicki Minaj's best verse. It's
Hmm.
just, it's just like it's so much joints on there where it's just like and it's not even a lot of record, it's not even a lot of songs on there. So to be able to have all those crazy like man, like people have a lot of fillers on their albums these days, which I get, you know what I mean? Sometimes you're just trying to put some joints out. But to be able to have that many songs of that stature
I agree.
is damn near unheard of these days.
I think a lot of the times though too, especially with lists like this, to just be self reflective, like, we look at this list through a hip hop lens sometimes, like versus just a overall music lens. And a lot of these records, like a lot of these albums, to be honest with you, as much as we are aware of how big the impact was and things of that nature, a lot of these albums don't resonate with us in our culture and where we come from. You know what I'm saying? You're not going in St. Louis, you're not going to be driving and pull up next to somebody bumping Bob Dylan album. You know what I'm saying? Versus any other records or
Well,
any other
yeah,
albums that we can truly understand, so it's like
but that's
to
also why
zoom
this is
out
of
and
all
really see
time.
the
You know what I
impact
mean?
of all of them. It's like you got to give some credit where credit is due when it comes down to the impact of the moment of these albums releasing. So
Oh yeah, for sure. But if we're talking about like the albums and when they release, I also think it shouldn't just be when they release. I think it should also be like since they did the list of top 100 albums, it's like okay, where are we now? You know what I'm saying? Like now that
yeah,
we're looking back, what did the albums do when they came out, and what are they still doing now, and are they still being talked about, and how well has the albums aged since then? You know what I mean? Um,
yeah.
I don't like that there's no weekend albums on there.
What's your definition of a classic weekend album? Like, what does that look like? Because the
I
stuff that we
mean,
consider classic, like what House of Balloons and those shits like that, like in his early days, like that's gonna be overlooked by a lot of people. You got to really be in that scene to understand where the weekend was at to even appreciate like the music he
yeah,
was making at that time.
that's what I'm saying. If you're gonna do this list, I think somebody you should. I think After Hours alone. I know that's just like one of his most recent, but I think what after
What was the
I
weekend album? Let me see.
I think After Hours
What
for
was the one
sure.
that had Heartless on it?
After Hours.
That one was pretty classic. I can't lie.
It had
Um,
Blinding Lights, which is arguably the
yeah,
biggest streaming song.
yeah.
And we're not gonna numbers, but still, it's the biggest in 20. First of all, in 2020, that was 2020. So in 2020, to have the biggest streaming song on Spotify of all time,
I'm not gonna
like
hold you.
shout out to Max
That was
Martin.
a that was a
That was a
really
time.
really dope album.
And the
Yeah, like
fact that he was doing all that while niggas was locked up, like Pando, like niggas was seeing the weekend more than their own families. You know what I'm saying? Him in that red suit, like I think he did the Super Bowl as well too. Like with
mm-hmm.
that same, so he just the whole concept and the rollout about that album and the records he was giving us, the performances he was feeding us, the tour, like this. Yeah, I think After Hours should definitely be on there. Yeah, Heartless, Blinding Lights, Save Your Tears. You know what I'm saying? The videos, Faith, Escape from LA, Scared to Live. Like, come on,
Mm-hmm.
bro. Like, yeah, I think The Weeknd should be on there.
Yeah, and I really wouldn't argue of where they put that album as long as it's not. I think it could be anywhere past the top 25.
As long as it's on there.
Like,
As long as it's on
yeah,
there.
yeah, it should just be on there though. I can feel that. There's a few albums we can get rid
So
of.
no Isaac Hayes, Hot Buttered Soul, which is
That's
has been
classic.
sampled by almost not almost every album on there, but a lot of the albums that are on the top 100 have actually sampled
Hmm.
Isaac Hayes' Hot Buttered Soul, which you would think if that's the case, it should be on there since it's one of the most sampled. James Brown's not on there. Mariah Carey is not on there.
Mariah has classic songs.
No, she got a classic album.
What? Which one?
You think?
I don't think so. I think
Oh,
Mariah's
come on,
got
bro.
she's got albums where yeah, she might drop 13, 14 records and four of them hoes are fucking crazy. But we talking about classic albums.
It's
Like
Mariah Carey
I
we
don't
talking about, bro.
I know Mariah. I can't lie. The first and Mariah Carey's like shout out to Mariah though, because you're amazing, you're immaculate. I think that Mariah Carey's Christmas song is so like embedded in the nigga head, bro, that it kind of just pushes the rest of her songs out. The only other song I think of immediately after All I Want for Christmas is that song that was in fucking Rush Hour. Oh, baby,
Butterfly. Yeah.
this,
Nah, you gotta know her catalog. I think Butterfly, Daydream, those were her earlier joints, like in the '90s. The amazing albums.
let me
Even
see, man.
vocally, songwriting. Uh, yeah, like I think people don't give Mariah Carey enough credit because she's not constantly talked about. Yeah, I don't know. It's obviously so many albums that came out like
Let me
over
see
the,
Daydream, bro. Hold on.
but yeah,
Always Be
yeah.
My Baby, yeah. Okay. That is it. Let me see. Hold on.
What do you mean that's it? Huh?
Always Be My
What's talking
Baby.
about?
What's the other classic record on this Daydream album?
On Daydream? Fantasy? What are you talking about?
Fantasy is okay.
Fantasy, One Sweet Day with Boys to Men.
One Sweet Day was cool. We talking about records that like
When I Saw You
records,
Forever.
bro.
But hold on. Because that goes against your own argument when we're talking about classic albums, because not every song has to be a hit.
I mean, yeah, I'm not saying it has to be a hit, but we talking about a non-skip, every song is memorable, even if they promoted it as a single or not type fucking album.
There's
I can
there's
play
a lot of
I can play Hood Politics on To Pimp a Butterfly right now, and it's not the single, but you know that shit.
But as
you know it.
Though, but I'm saying to some.
Okay, yeah, I can't negate that. I can't negate
That's what I'm
that
saying.
at all.
That's what I'm saying.
But that's exactly what I'm saying with shit like this on Daydream, bro.
You could say the same thing about Butterfly. She had Honey, Fly, like Back in Time, Breakdown. Okay, we keep going. Mariah Carey had some. She had a lot of albums, but she's had some great albums as long too. Like even the Emancipation of Mimi. You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Yeah. Like, come on. She
I don't know.
Come on.
I think she's got. I think Mariah Carey has classic records, timeless classic records.
She has good albums.
She has good albums too. I'm not gonna say the albums just suck. Classic, but classic. Like,
yeah, Mariah.
I don't know. Maybe for the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say
arguably to some people. Arguably to some people, you have Butterfly. You have. This is what people would argue. You have. Arguably to some people, you have Butterfly, her first album, which is just Mariah Carey. To some people, you even have the Christmas album. To some people, you have Daydream. To some people, you have the Emancipation. I said to some people. That's what some people would argue. I'm not saying. I'm saying she got to be on the list somewhere.
If I catch a nigga bumping the Mariah Carey Christmas album, I'm walking smooth out.
You tripping. You tripping. Because I'm in that. I'm in there.
Hey, oh God, I'm out. What?
I'm in there. That's a classic. That's a classic. That's a classic. You don't hear nobody else. You hear what? Around the Christmas times, you hear what? Mariah Carey, Michael Bublé. Who else?
Shit, I don't know. I don't be listening to Christmas music. You just a
Grinch.
Blow on for Christmas.
You just a Grinch, nigga.
And a Cadillac to put it all in. That's what's all up. I know what you gonna get for Christmas. That's what I listen to on Christmas. I don't listen to that other shit.
You just a Grinch, nigga. You just
yeah. I'm the Grinch from the trenches, nigga. How you talking about?
Crazy, man. That's hilarious.
I'm trying to think of what. Okay, let me ask you this before we go into the next spot. Which album do you think, like, that is a classic that just completely got overlooked that should essentially be on this project? I mean, on this list. Like, my opinion, I truly feel like Speaker Box and The Love Below by Outkast should have made this list. No, they on here. It's just Aquemini.
Okay.
They classic shit. You know what I'm saying? Which is I can't argue with that one. That's a classic Outkast album. But I truly feel like Speaker Box and The Love Below, that shit was crazy. I think the fact that they kind of somewhat coexisted on each side, but they separated themselves as like as much as they did, I think that's what made that difficult for people to kind of put that in one of the classic albums talks. But if you think about the records we got from that shit, I mean, what? Way You Move, fucking Hey Ya. We had some Happy Valentine's Day. All of these records are like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
Crazy album. Crazy album.
That's a good question.
I truly feel like another one that should have been up here too. But of course, it's acquired taste. A lot of these motherfuckers ain't gonna recognize. The Carter 3 should be up here. The Carter 3 should definitely be up here. Wayne gave us a moment with that. But I can understand just looking at the rest of these projects how certain albums like that probably got pushed out. Like I could see That one being definitely in like the 120 or top 120 or top 150. Of course, they got to throw that in there. But a
I
lot of these
think
albums I haven't heard.
the them show instead
That's a
of
classic.
they got Marshall Mathers LP on there,
Yeah.
but I think they should replace that with the Eminem show
I don't know about that. Marshall Mathers,
LP
that
two.
was a classic.
No, not the first one. They got the second one on there.
Wait, they got the
Do they?
second one. No, they got the first one. It's the
Oh, the
first
first
one.
one. Okay. I thought it was the second. I was gonna say.
Yeah, no. With Kill You Stand, Paul Who Knew, The Way I Am, The Real Slim Shady. No, this one is.
Okay, I won't say they should replace it. It's
The Eminem
hard
show
because
should be up there.
the Eminem it should be Eminem show should definitely be up there.
Yeah, but the Marshall Mathers LP is definitely deserving.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I thought this album was crazy.
Yeah, it was a great album.
Nah, hell nah. Number two is on his exit. And it was cool, but like comparing it to the Marshall Mathers LP, like that's why I don't like when artists do part twos of albums. It's such big shoes to fill. You know what I'm saying? Like
don't
I
ride
like
the
it.
coattails.
I like it
Just
when
name it
like
something.
you see how when Eminem did the Eminem show and then he did Encore.
Mm-hmm.
That's fire. Like where you
Yeah.
keeping the theme going, but if the Eminem show 2 would have been like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't really like it when they do that.
Yeah, I agree. Let me see. But Lil Wayne's not even on the top 100 though.
At all. But I'm gonna be honest with you. As much as we love Wayne, and we can go and point out mixtape Wayne bars and Carter 2 bars and Hot Boy album or 500 Degrees, the one that everybody was paying attention to by Wayne was definitely the Carter 3. Like, nah, they ain't gonna put Kirk on there.
Ain't got Fred Hammond on there.
Nah.
Oh,
man.
come on. You gotta have some gospel.
Do they?
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Man,
yes.
I feel like we would feel like they need to. But
No.
Man.
I don't care what they think because gospel has opened up. You know what I'm saying? First of all, on a musicality level, some of the best musicians that have worked on these albums on the top 10 have came from gospel music.
That's a fact.
You know what I mean? So it's just like a lot of these chords, a lot of these, I mean, you could obviously you can go down the list, but still, like it gotta be at least one gospel joint. Like what we talking about? You ain't got no Fred Hammond or Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? Like what we doing? What we doing?
You know what I am happy about? I am happy that Scissors OS made the list. That was extremely deserving.
Do you think? No, I've been seeing this conversation. Do you think it's more deserving than Control? Because it's
Yes.
newer.
Yes. And I love Control. But Scissors, she sees the moment. She sees the moment with SOS. I got so many favorite records on fucking Control. But there's records that's not even my favorite records on SOS that I can appreciate in the sake of it being in the SOS album. You see what I'm saying?
SOS is so new though. It's just like top 100 already,
bruh.
And it's one of my favorite albums. So don't get me wrong. Like she has a lot of great joints on there, but Control, and maybe it's just recency bias. You know what I mean? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe it's for you. Maybe it's recency bias. For me, maybe it's just nostalgia. But yeah, I mean, I'm cool with whatever. Either way, SZA has amazing albums. You know what I mean? She's one of those people who also doesn't need to drop that much, and Snooze is literally breaking records. So shout out to her. Shout out to her, honestly. Yeah, man. Bro, Confessions is 90. Confessions is 90, 95, bro.
Ooh, okay.
Forest Hills Drive also wasn't on there. Bad by Michael Jackson was not on there. We already talked about that, but still, like Forest Hills Drive's not on there.
Forest Hills Drive was crazy though.
I
mean, what? January
Platinum with no features.
No Role Models, fucking Fire Squad, fucking A Tale of Two Cities.
Apparently, Platinum with no features.
My God, he went federal.
if you're gonna put a hip hop album on there, I think that's deserving of being on the top 100.
Yeah, I can.
If you're gonna put it as deserving, you got to put.
But that's one of those. That's another one of those albums where we hear it. But they, man, like the majority of people, as much as you want them to like, yo, look
You
at
gotta
this
get
great
people in
shit
these-
that we found.
You got to get the
They
right
don't be
people in
paying
these
attention
rooms,
to that
man.
shit.
You got to get the right people in these rooms because 808s and Heart. A lot of Kanye's albums can be on there, but you could put either Graduation. Cause 808s, because what 808s did sonically with music, it changed the way a lot of songs sounded after the album came out. Production wise, it changed a lot of things. You can say the same thing about Yeezus. Obviously, not as many people like Yeezus. I'm not saying it should. I'm not saying it should be on there, but Yeezus also after Yeezus, it shifted the way people was making music. It shifted the sound
tremendously. Yeah,
the Travis Scotts, the Lil Uzis, the melodic joints, the real industrial sounding hip hop drums and synths, and you know what I mean, like. It changed a lot of stuff.
He had Daft Punk production on the intro, bro. What are we talking about?
Bro, what are we talking about? What are we talking about, bro?
Like, we're rapping over Daft Punk. Are we serious right now? And then went crazy, though. Like, the shit was stupid.
Like
what? Like,
come on.
I would say, honestly, I would say versus putting 808s on here, and I do love 808s because it's got such a special place in my heart. But I would have to put Yeezus in there just off the strength of Yeezus is fucking crazy. Bro.
And not a lot of people like Yeezus, but it's like I get it, but at the same time, it's like if people gotta understand what Yeezus did, like sonically, to come out with an album that everybody, and then later on
that shit on
shifted
blank CD.
Later on, it shifted what people actually, how people made music, and how hip hop was making music. Like it was just. Man, like, and people still don't like Yeezus, but I think Yeezus did a lot of.
It's crazy.
I think Yeezus did a lot.
Crazy work. Yeah. No, I can't lie. Like, I've been like only putting stuff in front of me that I know is going, you know what I'm saying, that
inspire.
I can appreciate, or get inspired from, or like helps me evolve in some way. Vince Staples, I haven't listened to his project yet. Did it drop today? It dropped today, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even checked that out, but I'm definitely gonna get out of listen. And this Rhapsody album, Rhapsody is one of those artists that truly can rap better than like 95% of the game.
Bro,
it's just
one of the coldest MCs.
Her whole approach, bro, ever, bro. Like she is
one of the coldest MCs, man.
She is so fire. My thing is like she's a woman, like she's a real woman. She's not worried about coming in and exploiting herself sexually or doing all that stuff. She's like, bro, she has real values.
She got stuff she has things she want to say. She's just like, and she rapping better than like 90% of these niggas. 95.
Bro, I'm trying to tell you.
Shit, 98. Saying like, for real though.
Like the only niggas that's giving her a run for her money is Cole, Kendrick. Fucking.
She one of them ones, man.
She's really one of them ones. Like. And I think she needs a lot. She deserves a lot more recognition than she gets. She's getting recognition. Don't get me wrong. Like people are aware of who she is and her capabilities, but rap need way more love. Like way more love, bro.
Tierra Whack, she's fire too. Like lyrically, bro.
No, like her animation,
bro,
and her approach on records.
When I first discovered who Tierra Whack was, she was doing those Instagram videos, like the 1 minute songs.
Yeah, Whack World.
Yeah, and every joint on Instagram was a minute. And she had a different video for every single one. Bro.
Fire.
Bro. Like, it's just, what else can you say?
Like, nothing. Just consume it.
Lyrically, and I don't know if people have heard her freestyles. Her freestyles are so crazy. Like, and I'm just waiting for her to snap on a joint. I'm just waiting to hear her like on an album where she's just spitting. And I know she's so creative, which makes it like so different for people. So a lot of people don't get it yet. But I don't want her to dumb down what she's doing, but I want her to do a joint where everybody can appreciate her craft. Yeah. Like she's just so dope, man. She needs one of them joints where everybody's like, all right, this is, and she got great albums. Same thing with Doja Cat. Like Doja Cat's last project, like Scarlet, bro.
Doja got to give me a little more substance. Her capability and her ability of creating music is phenomenal. I just think like
it's there.
It's it's a plate of icing. I'm gonna get a stomach ache. Keep listening to this shit like this.
I think it's
you gotta give me something.
I think
You
it's
got to give me
substance to
some sort
her.
of soul, some sort of spirituality, something about yourself that I can really. And it's not saying that she don't ever talk about it, but just the majority of her, like the
Well, I'll
majority of
say
her
this.
approach is like about witty and you know what I'm saying, making people move, which is fire.
Well,
But like,
I'll say this because she
I'm gonna
does
grow
both
with you.
in a way. Because I know she came off that pop run with Planet Her, and she don't really perform her pop joints anymore.
Yeah,
I know that's probably what the labels was having her do, and I think that's kind of like what she came out doing her Scarlet joints. But Paint the Town Red, bro. You know what I mean? Like what she talking about. So I
bitch.
think
I said what I
what I
said.
said, bro. She's just so dope in her.
Slid.
She's dope, and he freestyle. So I think she got substance, and I think regardless if it's like deep or not or surface level, it's still her. That's what I
Yeah.
appreciate. Like the stuff she's
I
dropping
just
now,
I
it's
feel
her.
like
She's not trying to be nobody else. You could tell. You can listen to a record, be like, "Oh, that's Doja." You know what I mean? Like, and I hear a lot of upcoming female rappers are that are not copying her, but you could be like,
yeah.
"I hear Doja Cat in what you're doing." You know what I mean? Like,
I think that like I recognize that and I appreciate like what she's been delivering us. I think that she's just like, you know, there is a the wall there when it comes down to her level of vulnerability, and she's like, I'm not giving you all of this. I don't fuck with y'all
mm-hmm.
enough to display this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like it
She gonna get
shows
there.
in the records. I don't think she cares to. I don't think she cares to
I
venture in that realm.
I think
It's
this.
not for every artist. You know what I'm saying?
I think she does. I just think she's doing it in a way that everybody can appreciate, which is extremely hard because to be vulnerable and to say what you want to say, but in a way that most people can understand and appreciate. Because you know, like it's as songwriters, like we could literally write exactly what we want to say, and I think one of the hardest things to do is to make simple music. And I tell people
Yeah.
this all the time. Like to simplify something takes so much talent to do because you want to say so much, but saying so
So
much and
little.
simplifying it by saying it in a little way is so difficult. So I think people got to take like more credit for that because sometimes it's a lot deeper than what we think it is. But because of the type of music you make and because of the people that you want, I mean, you're not going to drop a project that you think people aren't going to like. Obviously, you're making music for yourself, but you know, you want people to enjoy it. So you got to simplify it and to simplify joints, man, to make something complex and to simplify it, it's hard, bro. It's hard.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, cause you want to say something this way, you want to the melodies want to be this way, and you want to stack. But to you know, even when I'm producing, I might put like 20 tracks of sounds, and by the end of the joint, it's probably like 7. You know what I mean? Like I'm learning how to make simple music because most of these records are real simple, and it
Yeah.
takes talent to make simple music. That shit's difficult.
No, I get it. I get it. It takes talent to make simple music that has a certain level of complexity with it. You know what I'm
Exactly. Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Like,
So the
it's not for
mass,
everybody.
yeah. So the mass amount of people can enjoy, especially if you're one of the biggest artists in the world. You know what I mean? You can't just go far left field and just start, you know, hitting people upside the head with a dictionary. You got,
Yeah. Shit, I mean, you
um,
can if it worked for you. I mean,
I mean,
but it just
hey,
depends on how
hey,
you want to be known. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want people to come to me like with my music and think that, oh, yeah, he about to just always give us some shit to bob to. Like, I need
mm-hmm,
you to pick up these gems that I'm delivering and administering like in these
mm-hmm,
lyrics and in these records to let you know that there's more to what you're seeing that you know what I'm saying that you probably haven't even picked up yet. If you can like open your soul and your spirit to like listen to what niggas actually is saying versus how niggas is moving across the stage and or you know
yeah,
what I'm saying what aesthetic a nigga got to make you look like oh yeah he's cute or whatever the case is like nah like how is my spirit like where do you how do you view me like how I decide to
mm-hmm.
display myself you know what I'm saying I think that's what I want people to take from my art ultimately
I
is
feel
like
like
no confusion.
the real listeners will, you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that's why it's like a double edged sword, especially with music, because you know it's still entertainment, and
Yeah.
you should never like compromise your music to just make hits. You know what I mean? Or just make what people want from you. It just it depends what type of artist you want to be. You know what I mean? Do you want to be an artist that you know that makes music that you like? You want to be an artist that makes music that you and other people like, or you want to make music for other people? You know what I mean? So it's And there's nothing wrong. You could do both. Like some seasons you might be in a place where, hey, I got some stuff to get off my chest. Some season you may be like, hey, I want to make some joints that I could turn up to. You know what I mean? Like, and you can still do both. You can make a joint that people rock with. You know what I mean? But you saying some real stuff in there. You know, so I think it's a lot of artists that do that well. I think Jid, he does that very well.
Great
like
example.
he'll have joints that you can mosh pit to, but he in there spitting some
crazy real shit.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just about finding the balance. I think that's important because at the end of the day, like it is a business and you want people to like listen to your music and rock to it. But either way, like I feel like at this point in our careers, we kind of know like what's good music. As artists, we're always gonna get in our head, but you get to a certain point where you're making good music, but you're just questioning, is it good enough? You know what I mean? Like, or is everybody gonna listen to it? Is it good enough to be on a playlist? Is it, you know what I mean? But then you hear all these other joints that's out here and you just like,
absolutely.
You know what I mean? You're like, you know what I mean?
Ain't no way my shit don't go. What?
That's always confirmation for me. When I start questioning my music, I go to these playlists, I'll be listening. I'm just like, hell yeah, this is good enough. What are you talking about? Like, that's confirmation.
I agree.
Especially from a writer's perspective, I'm not sure if any other writers have experienced this, depending on what you write about. But I've literally written stuff to where I'm just like, and I feel like writing is a form of manifestation. I've written stuff, and I'm like, bro, that joint literally came true. You know what I mean? Like exactly in like as specific as I wrote it. So that's why I'm saying people just got to be more careful because now that I said it, I put it on the record. Now you repeating it, you out here singing it. You know what I mean? You are applying it and declaring it on your life. Something that wasn't even for you. Something that was for me. Something that I experienced. But now you are.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that. Like power of the tongue. Power of the tongue. So now you declaring stuff that wasn't even for you. That was for me.
That you ain't even experienced.
But now you're experiencing it. But now you're experiencing it because I said it. You know what I'm saying? And I got you saying it. You singing at the top of your lungs at a concert. So I'm not saying people shouldn't, talk about their experiences, but just be mindful of what you're listening to. Like, it's just stuff is cool to listen to, but like, just this stuff is dangerous, man.
Like what prime example? Like, I love Lil Durk. I love King Von. You know what I'm saying? Like they make some pretty crazy music. A lot of the stuff that they talk about in their music, I can't necessarily fully relate to because I ain't killed nobody. You know what I'm saying? I
ain't gangbanging.
I'm not no gangbanger. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
but
nor do I want to.
See what I'm saying? But there's parts specifically in their song I just refuse to repeat, and it's when they get to goddamn when they get to talking shit about Tuka. When they get to talking shit about that whole situation, whatever bar that they saying where they get to referencing them, cursing the dead. Hey, look, I'm cool on that, bro.
I'm cool on that. I'm cool.
I'm so cool on that. I can understand you like expressing your masculinity and your gangster shit. You know what I'm saying? There's some parts in there I could truly relate to, but like when you get to doing all that extra shit, I gotta let you have that.
I seen enough being from St. Louis, man. Like I don't want no parts.
Look,
you feel
St. Louis, Oakland, Detroit,
Chicago, all that.
Stop Chicago.
You know, like,
look, bro.
That's their life, you know, and I understand like some of that stuff be getting me turned. I get it, you know what I mean, but it's just like people got to separate. That's not your life, you know. Like you gotta that ain't you. You gotta, you know what I mean. You gotta play your role, stay in your lane, man. Stay in your lane. This niggas I grew up with that was, you know, more proper and more well kept than me. Never grew up in the cities and neighborhoods I grew up in, but they out. You know what I'm saying? Like niggas, they talking like they finna hit a lick real quick. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like,
bro, don't you work at a grocery store?
What are you talking about? Oh yeah, bro. Like, man, niggas talking about like, oh yeah, man, I gotta be low. I'm like, what you talking about? Like, I've been MIA. I got the ops. You know what I'm saying? It's some ops looking out for me. I can't be outside right now. Like, it's hot right now. I'm like,
who the fuck is you running from?
What is you talking about, bro?
Who are you hiding from?
You got a PhD. Like, what is you?
Hey,
what is you talking about right
bro?
now,
what
bro?
are you doing, man? You going in the opposite direction at like 1,000 miles an hour. You need to slow the fuck down.
These niggas where I'm just like, bro, just be yourself, man. Like, it's almost like it's almost like you get around, like, you ever been around women and then niggas start acting completely different? Like,
Yo, I can't stand them niggas, bro.
I cannot stand when niggas will start.
Stand niggas like that, bro.
Like, you be around some women and niggas start acting different. You know what I mean? They start talking about.
I had to call a few niggas out on some situations like that. Like, hey, bro, is you good? Like,
them niggas be like, hey, Troy, you got change for 10,000.
Bro, chill the fuck out, bro.
Don't
you asked me
money?
for $10 yesterday. Like, what are you saying? What are 10 bands?
What are we talking about?
Give me my
you
money
owe me
back.
money. You know what I'm saying? Talk about you got.
What are you talking
about? Niggas pull
I
up
ain't
with a
take you
rented.
nowhere. When we out with the girls, I can't take you nowhere.
Bro.
Like,
or the niggas who be like or the niggas who they when they get around women, they try to make you look bad to make them look better.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, bro. Why do y'all do that, bro?
Cause niggas is weird.
Y'all not real niggas. Y'all not real niggas.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it is.
Why do y'all do that, bro? Cause you start getting around people.
They can only glorify themselves by knocking somebody else down. That's the only way. And you start
exposing your homeboys. Like, I don't like that.
Yo, I really want to get into this though right here. The pros and cons of streaming.
It's really bad because, bro, Jon Bellion, he actually was on a podcast. I gotta watch it.
I seen that.
I was like, he finally just popped, because Jon Bellion, he be so low key, and then out of nowhere you just see him on a list of songs that he worked on.
Yeah, his pen is stupid.
His pen is crazy.
Yeah,
so I definitely want to check that out. Shout out to Jon Bellion. Like, bro, I'll get anything to work with that dude, bro. Like, when I saw him work on the guillotine, like, just seeing him in the studio, like, I feel the same way, because I'm a musician as well, but just seeing him like just all into it, like in the studio, moment, just like, bro, you know what I mean? Like, I love that aspect of just creating.
What did he do? Crop circles? That song Crop Circles? Woo! Bro, him in the studio with that, I was like, this man is he's a mad scientist. This shit is amazing.
Scientist, bro.
Like,
bro, I know Guillotine was one of his pop joints, but I heard his joints before that. But it's just the breakdown of the Guillotine lyrics that he had. Like, cause he was doing some so he was writing some eerie lyrics over like a really poppy song. Like, I'll bring up the lyrics, bro.
Guillotine is fire. And if you have nightmares, we'll dance on the bed. I know that you love me, even when I lose my head. Guillotine,
so he's saying, bro, he's saying, the secrets you tell me I'll take to my grave. There's bones in my closet, but you hang stuff anyway. If you have nightmares, we'll dance on the bed. I know that you love me, even when I lose my head. Guillotine.
Nigga,
bro, but I seen a video of him in the studio, like, explaining that, and I was just like,
bruh.
I was like, oh my God, bro. Like,
what's one of my favorite? That Glory Sound Prep album by Jon Bellion. Is immaculate.
Slept on.
It's so immaculate, bro. But like, one thing I love that when that motherfucker decides to do, when he decides to rap, he said,
bro,
what he say in that one song, my wife thicker than liquor soaked in Italian biscuits, cooking minestrone every Sunday, call that a superstition. Hey! Hey!
Chills.
What? He's like that. Like, he's really like that,
bro. It's literally on my list. I gotta work with him.
Yeah, bro.
And then on top of that, conversations with my wife, bro.
I dreamt I slept on the sidewalk, but you still laid with me. I dreamt I fell in a lion's den, and you still came for me.
Bro.
I dreamt I lost all of my faith, and you still prayed for me.
Pray
Who the
for
fuck me. Cares about these plaques on my wall? He killed that shit.
And he said, "You're still the only thing I've done right." Wow.
Will you love me when my phone
turns off?
I don't want to be some digital Jesus.
Bro.
This nigga is fire.
Bro,
he's like an adult. He's like an adult. He like makes adult Disney Channel music.
Yeah, bro. He just, what is that?
He is like that, bro.
Yeah, Jon
is like that, bro. Jon Bellion. Shout out to Jon Bellion, bro.
I gotta work with him. work with him, bro.
Yeah, on my bucket list for sure.
I love when are like people like that just write songs so transparent, but they do it in a way to where it's like you're leading up to like the main point, and that's what he does. Like, because you're still the only thing that I've done right in that first, you know what I mean? And then it goes into will you love me when my phone turns off, and it's just a like he said, conversations with my wife. It sounds so simple,
Yeah.
but it's like he's saying how he really feels. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're the only thing I've done right aside from this music stuff. You know what I mean? I dreamt I lost all my faith, and you still prayed for me. Like,
What?
like, bro.
Yeah. They set it up for love and it's all right. What, nigga? This shit is hard. He is unmatched, bro. I see why people like Beyonce and all these other motherfuckers is running to him like, yo, your pen is elite. I need you to write this record. Like,
and since we're on this topic, bro, let's just see the most recent things Jon Bellion has done like lately, because he is just like this guy. Him and Ryan Tedder are two people I really want to work with.
Yes.
Like, let me see what he's done written, because I know he's done a lot of pop stuff right lately. Okay, songs written.
Oh.
Singles, feature artists, guest appearances, production, songwriting credits. All right, here we go. Lately, right? So I don't know if there's anything outside of that, but this is Wikipedia. So he's worked on Renee Rapp, The Wedding Song, Zayn, Love Like This, which is Middle Ground, Maroon 5, 7 by Jung Kook, the guy from yeah, he did the Jonas Brothers album, like pretty much. It's like 15 songs on here that he worked on. Tori Kelly's whole album, like Selena Gomez, 5 Second Summer, like Memories, Maroon 5. Like, he's touched so much, and that's just like in the last couple of years. First of all, can we just talk about what he did on Justin Bieber's?
What songs he do?
You want to know what songs he did?
Yeah, I just want to.
He did Holy. He did Anyone. He did Hold On. He did Die For You, Ghost, Loved By You, I Can't Be Myself, Name with Tori Kelly, and then Haley. Pretty much the whole album.
Yeah. Wow.
Ghost, amazing song.
No, Holy is crazy.
Holy, bro. It's just, and once I heard that, I was like,
that's Jon.
I feel like Jon Bellion with this. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Because he's also a believer, so you could tell like when certain songs, like you could hear that through his writing, and I appreciate that. That's really.
What was the first? Yeah, what was the first Jon Bellion song you heard?
That's a good question. First Jon Bellion song.
Mine was
I think
that All Time Low. I'm acting all time low. That shit was stupid. I'm like, yo, bro, it was crazy tight.
I think it was before that, because I used to look up just people producing videos on YouTube.
Yeah.
And I think I ran into, because he was on Logic's label as well. Him and Logic was on the same label. I forgot what. Yeah.
I did not know that.
Same label for a little bit. I don't know if it's the same label now. But what album did I run into him on? I think it might have been The Definition. No. I think it was probably The Human Condition. It might have been. Yeah, it probably was. But yeah, I used to just look up like videos. Fire. Yeah, it was one of my favorite albums from him, for sure. No. It was The Definition, because he had this song called Human. And I saw him on YouTube playing the piano. Human. I ran into Human and Luxury, and he was just, man, that song Human gave you chills, bro. That joint is just is different.